Okay, welcome everybody in the MC Masterclass. We are so excited that you're here. Have you guys been having fun with this opportunity to lock arms, to work together, to share best practices, and talk about how we're best building our LifeVantage businesses? I think it's been so much fun. So today's topic is leveraging third-party communication, third-party calls. And when Courtney and I were running through ideas about what we should be talking about weekly, this is one of the key things that we talked about. And like we were visiting about just a minute ago, leveraging third party really does take you from being that typical person in a company, not needing to know absolutely everything, but plugging people into other people. It gives you that kind of up. It gives you that opportunity to connect expert to expert and not be the expert. So, Court, welcome. How are you doing post Vegas?
Oh my gosh, I'm on such a high post Vegas. These momentum academies, that's exactly what they are. Like they add so much momentum, belief, and excitement, but also just that connection. And I'm seeing some of our consultants that are in the Europe market. Momentum Academy Madrid is coming up. So if you're in that area, book the flight, book the ticket, get there. And we want to see all of you at Global. Global Convention is in October. So plan on being there, mark out your calendar, do whatever you have to do. The purpose of this MC Masterclass is to help you build to MC1, which would mean you would come out to Growth Summit, right? And for Global, essentially, it's kind of like a free convention ticket. So, getting to MC or helping to duplicate MCs on your team is like that really cool foundation. So, we've been talking about just kind of like the business basics in network marketing, in LifeVantage, in sales, in entrepreneurship, all of those things. And one of the core pieces is three-way calls. How many of you guys enter in the chat if you love three-way calls, if you utilize them, if you don't use them, let us know. Because the thing about a three-way call is it's really that belief transfer that you can rely on someone else to validate for you so that you're not just giving all of the information and selling your prospect on it, that you can actually use the belief of someone else, the third party validation, and also just that speed to decision, right? The universe loves speed, business loves speed. And so that's one of the reasons why what I have seen time and time again in my 11 years of network marketing experience is the more three-way calls that you are bringing to your upline, that you are doing for your team, the faster your team and your business is growing. It's just a fact. It's just that validation piece. And it's also a sign that you're working, you're reaching out, and you're bringing people to your sponsor or to your friend or to your upline. So, we're going to give you the basics of how to build a three-way call successfully.
I love it. I think the one thing that you when you're new in the business, you think that you're bugging people. And for me, I hear people say a lot like, I know you're busy. I don't want to bug you. You guys, we love what we do. And probably the person that you're asking to validate, to bring into that three-way call, they love the opportunity to also share this business, to share these products, this opportunity. So, number one, we have to leave that excuse behind us. So, we never want to bug people. No, we actually want to bug people. That is our job. We want the opportunity to share. So, how do you, Courtney, leverage three-way communication in your business? How do you set up a three-way call?
Okay, so there's two ways that I leverage a three-way call. And the first thing is don't call them a three-way call, right? Like no one wants to be invited to a three-way to get on a call with my sponsor or my upline. Like even though the network marketing world is kind of shifting and I feel like people are open to it, it still just seems too cringy and like no, I don't want to do that. So the first thing is don't call it a three-way call. The other style that I love is like a pop-in call. I don't know if you guys have ever done pop-in calls. So I'm going to start with a three-way call. The way that I leverage it and utilize it is if I'm having a conversation with someone, like I'm going back and forth, I've sent them a little bit of info, maybe a video, some type of a tool, right? Because when I'm bringing that prospect to a three-way call, I want them to know something about what we're talking about because what I don't want to do is bring my friend on a call with Dawn or with Tyler Daniels. And it's like, so what do you know about LifeVantage? And they're like, I don't know anything. Courtney just got me on this call. then they're not getting the real like juice that they could from a three-way call because we're like, okay, have you heard of LifeVantage? Have you heard of Pro Tandem? Send them some type of a tool that they feel educated and knowledgeable when you're bringing them to that call. So whether it's like the prime time, whether it's a podcast, or you have a favorite like video resource. So the first thing is have the conversation, send them a tool, educate them a little bit, helps them to feel more confident too. So after you've sent the video or the podcast or whatever, and you're like, hey, I'm so excited to hear what you thought. Let me know when you've watched that video. And then they're like, hey, watch that video. And then you're like, amazing. Okay. I can't help but think that you would love my friend Dawn Burish. She's so amazing. She's one of my sideline friends. We have so much fun in this business. And then I always find a way that they have that connection point, right? So if I'm bringing them to a call with a chiropractor, I'm looking at my friends, Joe and Maria. Hi, guys. Okay. So, like, I would say, I can't help but think you'd love my friend Maria. She is a total badass. She's a chiropractor. She lives in wine country. She's a daughter that does soccer like you. I know you guys would connect. I would love for you to just hear a little bit more about her story and like the way that she's been able to leverage LifeVantage. Would you be open to getting on a call with my friend? Yes. Okay. Perfect. So I'm finding a connection point with whoever it is. If it's a fitness person, a teacher, a stay-at-home mom, someone that lives in Hawaii, something that like is that reason why I'm bringing them to that call. And then this is the key point of a three-way call that sometimes gets missed is when you bring them to the call, you want to edify both parties. So when you bring them to the call, if you just brought your friend on a call and they're like a mega influencer and you're bringing them on the call with Maria or with Kristen Cunningham or whatever it is, and I'm like, hey, this is my friend Haley. She has over 100,000 followers. She's so amazing. She's such a big deal. Haley, this is my friend Kristen. And then it's like, okay, here's the thing. Haley automatically is like postured as being like the alpha on the call, being the superstar of the call, where I'm bringing her on a call with Kristen Cunningham, the CSO of the company, like a really big deal. She's been in the industry. She runs the company. She's helped to mastermind evolve, all those different things. I want to edify both parties in a big way, right? So when I'm bringing them on the call, say that I'm bringing the chiropractor on the call, then what I'll do is say, hey, Haley, I'm so excited for you to meet my friend Maria. We had an instant connection in San Mateo. She lives in wine country. She's been massively successful with her clinic, her and her husband. They've had so much time freedom because of this, but she's also so knowledgeable on these products. And so I'm excited for you to just kind of hear her story and ask any questions. Maria, meet my friend Haley. She is just getting into chiropractic. She just had her third baby. She's so smart. I don't know how she juggles everything in life. And she's looking at ways to integrate LifeVantage. And so you just kind of bring them on the call that way so that all the parties feel like we're all really special and cool and we're on the same level, right? So that edify is like a really big deal. And then one of the things that Maria can do then is do the same thing for me because I just brought them on the call. A lot of times our friends don't know what we're doing in our business, right? They're just like, oh, Courtney's doing this cute thing over in LifeVantage. But then if Maria passes it off to me and is like, oh my gosh, Courtney, thank you so much. Courtney, it was so fun to see you in Las Vegas. She is just has so much energy and momentum in LifeVantage. She's had all this recognition or just whatever it is, just so that we're all like, okay, we're cool. We're having fun. We're whatever. And even if you're brand new, it doesn't matter. Your friend is going to have something exciting to say about you. Like she's so brave, she's so bold, she just got right in and she's been off and running or whatever it is. Okay. So that's the first thing for a three-way call. And the reason why is because we're looking for validation, right? Not just validation in the company and the products, but we're looking to validate you and why you would be such a great choice to partner with in LifeVantage. So that's one of the reasons why I love that because you can't validate yourself to your friend like, "Oh my gosh, I've had so much fun in LifeVantage." But it also makes your friend automatically feel like she's going to be a part of the community, right? So that's the thing I
Mhm.
love is I brought Haley in and now she feels like she is an instant friend in Maria. And Maria is going to feel that way about her too. So when I introduce her, yay, I'm so excited to introduce my friend Haley. Maria's probably going to go through and comment and be like, oh my gosh, yay, I'm so excited. And then when we see her in Salt Lake City, she's going to be like, this is Haley. We did the call. It just brings that culture and that community, which is the biggest reason I think people join LifeVantage, right? Is that community. So it doesn't take an event. We can just use a call to build that community. The next thing that I've learned about three-way calls is, you guys, I used to be terrible about these. I'm just going to like say that just flat out because I used to just go straight into my story. Like, this is my friend Courtney. She's a breast cancer survivor. She's been doing it. And I would be like, oh my gosh, hi, Haley. So I found out about LifeVantage because of this and this and this and this and this. Well, like, Haley's like, okay, that's nice, but I don't know you. So one of the things that I've learned to do on three-way calls is to have it be more of a conversation, right? So that way, as you're asking Haley the questions about her, you can intertwine your story to validate those pieces and her pain points that she's looking for. Because usually, if someone brought me on a call, we have those connection points, but I want to design my story to intertwine with Haley, of like, Haley, tell me what you know about LifeVantage. What are you interested in? And then she's like, this. She has three kids. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have three kids. I know how it is to juggle. You have teenagers, they're so expensive, or like whatever it is. So I'm going to try to intertwine my story, but keep a conversation going, right? Because the whole point is I want Haley to sell herself on LifeVantage. I'm not there to sell her. I'm there to validate her and to help her see how this can fit into her life. Not to be like, oh my gosh, my story's so amazing, but to relate to her. So that's where like the conversation is really key to intertwine your story and also to keep it short. So the other thing that I do when people bring people onto the call with me is I typically am busy, like most of us are, or if like I brought Maria on a call, I know that she's busy, she's at the clinic. So one of the things I'm going to do in that introduction is, Maria, I know that you're so busy. I know you're in the clinic today or whatever. Like, I know you have to go. Because what I want to do is I want to give Maria an exit point so that she can hop off the call so that I can close. For me, three-way calls, you're not bringing that third party in to close. You are the closer. So I want to give her an exit of so that way Maria's given her information. We can tell the calls kind of like, okay, we're not going to chat forever. We don't want to keep them on for an hour. So Maria's like, hey, Court, I gotta go, but it was so great to meet you. Haley, I'm super excited for your next step. I can't wait to welcome you to LifeVantage. Courtney, if you want to just add us through to a three-way text, and then that way we can connect and I can ask any other questions that she has. So that way, like, you have to pop off. You're so busy. You're not just sitting around for an hour and a half talking about these things, but we can finish answering the questions on a three-way text. I love to do that because sometimes they do have more questions, or that way I can, on the three-way text, be like, hey, Haley, hey, Maria, it was so fun to chat. I'm so excited, Maria. Thanks for answering all those questions. Can't wait for you to meet. And then later I'm like, yay, I just introduced Haley. She's just got started, whatever that might look like. So that's kind of how I leverage the three-way calls, are like those pain points, those talking points, pick up from the person that got invited, what they're wanting to hear. The other way that I like to use three-way calls is like a pop-in. So the reason why I call it a pop-in is because they don't know that I'm bringing a three-way person in, but I'll like kind of prep them for that. So I'll be like, hey, Maria, I'm talking to my friend Haley. Would you be available in 30 minutes if I need you? And Maria's like, yes, of course. Okay. So kind of set it up when they're all together. So then I call my friend Haley, like we've been chatting about the video. I'm like, hey, do you have a few minutes to chat? Whatever. And then I'm like, Haley, I can't help but think that you would connect with my friend Maria. She's so amazing, blah, blah, blah. Do you mind if I add her onto the call? Then usually they're like, yeah, no problem. So then I add her in and then be like, Maria, I know you're so busy. Thanks for hopping on. And then that type of thing. So those are the two ways that I like to leverage three-way calls, is either like I set it up or it's just a pop in. And the more that you can like be relatable as a person, the better. If you can make them laugh, if you can be like, hold on, like either my house is crazy, or let me mute this, or like let me clean off my camera for a second, or like whatever that is, just to be like, I'm a person, I'm relatable, like I just got out of the gym, or like whatever that is. I think that human aspect is really what connects people the most is that we're all people. We're typically running around in our sweatpants or our leggings or whatever that connectability. I'm looking at one of my consultants, Priscilla. I love you. You're probably drinking your Axio, and I have mine here too. But like with Priscilla, she's so busy in the corporate world. So if I was wanting to get someone on a call, Priscilla would be the one because I know she's relatable. She goes to the gym at 4:30 every day. She leaves her kids, she goes to work, she drinks Axio, like she is activated to the max. Look for people that are relatable. The thing about that is it helps me to build my list because if I'm going through and I'm looking at this call and I'm like, okay, Dawn's interior designer, she's done beauty counter, she works out a lot, she has a senior that's graduating. I'm looking for relatable things then I can think of my friends that have a senior graduating that are going to be an empty nester. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to write that person down, right? I like to keep a running list of notes in my phone of my prospects and I call it my hit list. Like, I'm like, hey, if you get on my hit list, like, watch out because I'm usually manifesting you to join me in business. But that's one of the ways that I feel like three-way calls are the best. So if you think about edifying, if you think about asking questions and then also having the confidence to just be quiet and listen, not feeling like you have to fill in the gaps, but let the person that you brought on the call fill in those gaps.
I love it. I think there's a couple of key points in what you said, Courtney. Number one, this is like an opportunity to get to know other people in LifeVantage because if I want to connect people that have that no like that understanding that they might be have things in common, I'm gonna have to get to know more people in LifeVantage, right? Like I'm gonna have to get to know more about Emma so that Emma has the opportunity that we can work together. And Emma needs to know more about me so that if she needs a third party that I could work for her, then we have that connection. So have that be one of your goals. Get to know more people in the company and think about how we can help each other. I think that's what's kind of standing out to me in this MC Masterclass is very few of us here are on the same team, right? We're all on each other's, we're in Team LifeVantage, I guess, right? And so for the good of the company, we're going to get to know more people and use that third party opportunity. That's speed. That's going to speed up what we're all doing because who have you been talking to over and over and over that needs to hear this from somebody else? They need to hear from a chiropractor because they are a chiropractor. They need to hear from an esthetician because they are an esthetician. They need to hear why an interior designer, what the hell is she doing in LifeVantage? Why would she do this? This isn't pretty, right? This isn't going into people's homes and making things pretty. What have I found that's beautiful about it? Why did Courtney come from Rodan and Fields and has been so wildly successful at LifeVantage? That is a story that only Courtney can tell. My story, only I can tell. You can tee me up and you should edify me if you bring me on a call. You should edify Erin if you bring her on a call. But to edify Erin, I have to know Erin, right? And a lot of times I like to ask, like, hey, Courtney, I want to do a good job introducing you. Can you give me, your 30 seconds? Like, what do you want people to know about you? Right. And so then I got to learn that about Courtney so that I can edify her well. And like she's saying, that is truly one of the most special parts of the three-way, I believe. Because how often are you having people like, oh my gosh, Courtney's amazing. She's done all this and that in the company. We all love her. She's so generous. Da, da, da. Like that makes you feel good, right? And when you feel good, what do? You do more of what makes you feel good. It's a dopamine hit. So the more we all have dopamine hits here on this call, you know what I think that's going to do? That's going to grow our businesses. That's going to grow LifeVantage, right? And I love the tip that you said is a conversation versus a pitch. Because do any of you like to be pitched? Heck no. But you'd like to have that conversation that is very conversational, right? And you feel like you're contributing and others are contributing. And it's like this normal conversation because it makes LifeVantage. Sorry, my husband just came home with the dogs. It makes LifeVantage just seem conversational. It seems like anybody can do it. It seems normal. It doesn't seem like, you know, Joe and Maria are so wildly intelligent and smart. They understand the body. They understand all these things. I don't, but I can be successful in this company too.
No, it's so true. And I've had Kelly Lepshaw have to rescue me on some three-way calls. She knows. Because I was on a call with a doctor. My friend brought me on and she started asking me these medical things. And I was like, oh shit. Like, what am I going to do about this? So I messaged Kelly. I was like, Kelly, are you available? And she popped on and it was so amazing. And one of the girls that we had at convention, Laura, Kelly was on that call for us. And like, that was one of the most powerful calls, the best conversation. And the thing that I love about it is it gives me confidence to be able to talk to a doctor or a chiropractor or a real estate agent or whatever it is, knowing that I have a friend that can help validate for that, that I have a friend that is having amazing success and can help me, and then I can help her in that turn. So it really is such a great point to network and to ask questions. So if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know these people, I know my friend Sitka, hi, in Iceland. She's has some chiropractors that she's working on, and I was like, heck yeah, I have some people. So just making that connection and that introduction. But you guys keep making your list of people to talk to because you might feel like I don't know anyone right now or whatever it is. This is where I want you to have the audacity. Have the audacity to ask people that you know and people that you don't know if they're open to taking a look at what you're doing. My biggest thing that I use constantly, you guys know my reach out is to open with a compliment and to end with a question. I can't help but think that you'd be amazing at this. You're so driven, or you're so fit, or you're so smart, or you're so busy, or you're so cool, or whatever it is. I can't help but think you'd be amazing at what I do. And then they're like, what do you do? You know? And then I just kind of like leverage that and I go back and forth so that I kind of end with a question like, have you ever done network marketing? Have you ever done affiliate? Or like, are you monetizing your scroll right now? Or different things like that. But this is where our community is the key. And the more that you are abundant and you are generous and you keep sharing, the more that everyone's businesses are going to benefit.
100%. And I think that if everything we do in this business duplicates, what do you want to duplicate? You want to duplicate the power of third party, the power of connection, all of those things. Because then let's say I recruit Courtney, and part of my recruiting process in bringing her into the business is connecting her with somebody having success in LifeVantage. They get to have this connection, they get to tell their story. What do you think Courtney is going to do when she's building her business? She's going to do that same thing. And then that allows for duplication to happen faster. I love what you said. I can't help but think. Like, there's so many golden nuggets in this 30-minute call that this alone should have us all wanting to jump off and get to work, right? Because if you've been not leveraging third party, if you've not been edifying, if you've not been paying compliments, if you've not been doing those things, like, your opportunity is now. Don't worry about what you did in the past. Don't worry about any of those things. Just get to work doing those things now. Like, let's make each other busy, edifying for each other, having those third party calls. Like, let's get to work bringing in more people to LifeVantage. We have such a beautiful opportunity here that we just need more people to know about it.
I agree. Okay, I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna challenge everyone that's on this call to book three-way calls in the next 48 hours. You don't have to do them in the next 48 hours, but book them because speed creates belief. Action builds confidence and momentum compounds fast. And so you've learned these things. The faster that you go out and actually do them and apply them, the more that it's going to stick. So you don't need to be the expert right now. All you need to do is invite and bring them onto a call with someone that can validate for you. So just know that is the piece that you just have to go crazy invite and say, I don't know if you've seen what I'm doing right now, but I am so excited about what we have going on right now, or whatever it is. Like, would you be open to taking a look? Just have people be open to taking a look, and that's it. And it's like, oh, I don't know, I'm so busy. If people say that they're busy, amazing. busy people do the best in this business. You all know that. I know that you guys are all so super busy. If you saw my house right now, like what I'm looking at with laundry piles and 3 suitcases that I'm about to pack, like busy people, they can fit it in. So if people are busy, if they don't have money, great. That's why I'm trying to help you make money, right? That's exactly why. So that is actually the other piece that I want to add in, and I'm glad that I just brought that up because this is what I use on the three-way calls is feel, felt, found. Every time. That is just a long-standing core. Put a heart in the chat if you've used feel, felt, found because the feel, felt, found, everyone has a reason why they couldn't do this. That's why they haven't already done it, right? But usually you can relate in the same way. So if you're even getting on someone on the call and they're like, oh, I can't afford it, you're like, listen, I know how that feels. This is feel, I felt the same way. This is what I found, right? So feel, felt, found in whatever it is. They're too sick. They are too busy. They are too tired. Whatever it is, right? Feel, felt, found. And that's also going to help you to match up the person. So when I'm bringing the call to Maria, I'm going to tell her those pain points. I'm going to say, this is my friend Haley. She feels like she's too busy. She doesn't feel like she can talk about this to her patients. She doesn't, whatever it is, right? So that way Maria kind of has a heads up on how to bring that into the conversation. So your job right now is to book three-way calls in the next 48 hours. Dawn and I are going to take on the same challenge. I'm flying out to Disneyland tomorrow morning, so I need to get this going and booked. What I'm going to do is when I get off the call, I'm going to send voice memos. I'm going to follow up with some people that have been in my queue. I can already think of 2 people that I haven't closed yet that have just been there. I'm going to have those 2 people. And then I'm going to find one more, just someone that's been following my stories or someone that's on my list or whatever it is. And we want to challenge you to do that. So on the chat, let us know when you have booked the three-way calls. And Dawn, did you want to take care of the housekeeping? Is that why you raised your hand?
My dog was barking. I didn't know if you could hear
Oh,
it, but
okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Okay, Courtney, I love this challenge. I'm so excited to do it. My dog opened the door. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be hearing him right now, but he opened it himself. So I apologize. But
Cute.
we're going to get the recording to this call posted today. We're all going to hop in and take this challenge. We're going to do a couple of quick housekeeping things. And I just want you to know in us doing housekeeping, it is because we love you all and we want the MC Masterclass to be wildly successful. So when we're using the chat, let's keep it right. Let's keep it clean, right and tight. Okay. We don't need to communicate things in there that are about customers. That needs to go to your upline or to your customer page or somebody that can help you. But the MC Masterclass is really about building a managing consultant business. It's about getting to that next rank. It's about helping others get to their next rank. So let's keep it right and tight. Okay, we're going to keep it very focused on the conversation at hand. So the conversation for the next week certainly can circle back to anything we've talked about previously, or it should really be about things that we're experiencing in third party. We want to use that to build momentum and excitement in each other's business. So once you get those three-way calls scheduled and you have 48 hours to do it, get excited in that chat and maybe even use your voice, like Courtney's saying she's going to use her voice, send out messages. Use that chat for things like that. Okay. So if you have questions or concerns or anything outside of that, come directly to somebody. The other thing I would say is like use just a few seconds longer before you post a question. Like, sorry, I missed the call. Well, the call is until tomorrow. You didn't miss it. You didn't read what was posted. Take 2 more seconds and read what's posted or scroll up. If we say we're going to post something, I promise you we're going to post it. If I don't post it, most of you have my phone number or can privately message me like, hey, you said you'd do this. You didn't. Can you please get it done? But let's keep that thread really tight because we want people to stay focused on what we're doing. Okay. And this is coming from a place of love. This is housekeeping. It's normal for all groups like this. We get excited. But if you can do that, I think it'll be great for everybody here. Did I get
I was
everything?
going to add in too. I don't know if you guys can see my phone screen, but when you're on a chat, you can just click up here on the MC Masterclass and search. So if there's something that you're looking for, a Zoom, the workbook, a question, you can just search that in here, which also reminds me, this is one of the ways that I'll follow up with people is in Messenger. You could type in collagen. You could type in call. You could type in different things that you want to like go back and follow up with someone on. And I'll do that. Like I could do that today with Axio. Anyone I've had conversations with Axio about, and then be like, oh my gosh, this limited time flavor just got launched today, like whatever it is. But you can use that Facebook Messenger chat to search, and it's such a great tool. So in the MC Masterclass, keep letting us know when you add new customers, new consultants, if you have rank up shout outs, if you have anything that is like positive to do with your business, let us know. But what we don't want is blowing up everyone's feed on there with like random questions that maybe you could ask someone or that you could just search. That way it just saves everyone time and it helps people to be excited about being there. So we're so grateful for you. We are stoked to see you walk across stage at Momentum or Global and have other MCs as well. So keep your eye on the price. What are you going for? What is it going to take for you to get an MC? Do you need 3 SC1s? Do you need 5? Like, what is it that you need, right? Look through your business, analyze that, strategize that, and keep leveraging us and utilize these tools for the MC Masterclass, and you're going to crush it. So, yay! Thanks for being here.
Okay, have a great day. We look forward to your 3 calls.